Well, the match started about 10 minutes or so ago. Matthew Stevens 46 points to the good and looking to consolidate his place in the top 16 once again. I say that because his official ranking is actually number 20, and Matthew, would you believe, actually dropped out of the Elite 16 last year. But as I say, provisionally he's back up to number 11, but he really needs to push on from there and certainly get a first appearance victory if he can over the relatively lowly seeded Martin Gould. Martin making his TV debut, incidentally. This is his first time in front of the cameras, and it's also his first ever appearance in the last 48 of a ranking event. We're just having a little technical problem with the sound at the moment, so do bear with us. We'll try and get that solved as soon as we can. We hope it doesn't spoil your enjoyment. There's Martin Gould, another bespectacled player after Liu Song yesterday. Let's see how he performs. Well, Mike Hallett's with me once again this afternoon. Good afternoon, Mike. On paper, this would appear to be a fairly one-sided battle, but you can never tell with these games, can you, best of 9?
Not at all. As you mentioned, no previous meetings between these two. Matthew, bundles of experience, of course, in this sort of situation. Martin, not so. I don't know, the score, the betting reflects that. 3-1 on Matthew Stevens to win this match, 9-4 against Martin. But, I don't know, perhaps the game has thrown up another good play. Come through the qualifiers, did well, and now he's got his chance on TV here against one of the best in the game. It just depends how he settles down. We always often say that these boys need to settle down quickly to have a chance in winning matches like this. But at the end of the day, if your ambition is to get even higher in the list in any sport that you do, you have to beat anybody along the way, whether it be in the first round or in the final. So we shall see, but it's the Welshman's got the better starter here in the opener at the moment. And he needed some. Is he playing a plant here to the corner? No, just a safety. As you mentioned, Mike, Matthew dropping out the top 16, and he was desperate for points, wasn't he? And he started okay this year, and he's obviously more determined, and to make sure that he does get himself back into that Elite 16.
Well, this man here had to play 3 qualifiers in North Wales to even get to his television debut. Beat Matthew Selt 5-2. A former top 16 player, David Rowe, 5-1, and another good class player, Mark Davis, 5 frames to 4.
Well, deserves to be here then. Good red to the middle.
1.
Now, can he make inroads into this deficit in this opening frame?
Six. Seven.
Martin on the main tour for the second time in his career. He was briefly on it about 3 or 4 years back. Sadly, he didn't last too long on the circuit. But back again this season after some good play in the PIOS events in
12.
North Wales. So let's see whether he can make a better fist of it this time.
Good test for him this afternoon.
13.
He's a former Amateur World Championship quarter-finalist. That was back in 2002. And he does have a high break, Mike, of 137, which he made in the early stages of the World Championship qualifiers in 2003. Well, of course, that's a championship where Matthew has twice been to the final. Hasn't quite made it to lift the trophy.
19.
Well, let's not forget, actually, that Matthew won this event, Mike, 2 years ago. When it came on the scene as an invitational event 2 years ago, Matthew lifted the trophy. Sadly for him, it was not a ranking event on that occasion. He's only won one ranking event for all his class. That was the UK 3 or 4 years ago.
Well, it needs the points, and I'm sure he'd be glad if he could do that again.
Yes, but there's a good opportunity for Martin here
22.
to get back at Matthew and maybe pinch this opening frame of 9.
$23.
Nicely played. Powered that white through off the baulk cushion to come round for the yellow. One result from this morning, by the way. Another Irishman was successful, Fergal O'Brien from the Republic of Ireland. He beat Dave Harold this morning 5 frames to 1. Good result for Fergal, that. Dave, the higher ranked player. But Fergal's now got the unenviable task of taking on the world number 1 and reigning world
25.
champion John Higgins in the next round. A toughie. Latest score in a match which has now been going on for 4 hours, let me tell you. Mark King and John Parrott. John Parrott, the former world champion, of course. It's 4 apiece, that one. And they've been at it for some considerable time. Started at 10 o'clock this morning, British time.
$26.
I don't think he meant to cannon into the yellow, but it's finished okay. Let's have another look at this. Well, we didn't see the cannon into the yellow, but he's still got a choice of the colours.
Just got to sort those out around the pink spot, around the pink I should say. Might be able to cannon into them here off the cushion. Oh, that's what he attempted. That was neither one or the other. Either play on the race of the corner, but he obviously tried to split them. You had to make sure you hit them if you're going to play it at that pace, but he's got the one there is the brown. I'll be a little bit disappointed with that shot. If you can knock this one in though, get back onto a colour, not too bad.
Foul.
Well, the red was a long way off, and of course if he'd been anywhere near the pocket with the red, that white would not have gone in the other corner.
Yes, the previous positional shot was not good. And Matthew can see, well, can he see enough of this red to pot it? He thinks he can.
Foul. Martin Gould 30. Matthew 2.
Well, that's certainly opened things up. He hasn't pushed the pink far enough for the blue, but he's got the brown on. Well, I think the red goes between pink and blue, but I think he played on it to the middle, but this will do if it goes in. Well played.
6.
Just needs the blue and the last red to clinch this opening frame.
Thank you.
Oh, that's flown off the cushion. Oh, where has that gone?
That certainly did, Mike, yes. Matthew, a wry smile there, but he'll not be best pleased with that, because this red that he wished to be on is frame ball, and just look what an awkward red it now becomes.
Well, anywhere but there, and if it lands between the pink and the blue, it's not too bad, but not over the pink. I mean, it's absolutely took off. So frustrating.
He might not even take it on now. He might just play off it and wait for a better chance.
It's not that easy to get safe from. Awkward queuing.
Oh, is he shaping up to take this on? Can't believe he is.
Well, I think he did, but with an element of safety. Just look at the nudge. Oh,
he'll settle for that. Oh dear, oh dear.
A little fortunate there, but a little unfortunate with the previous shot, because if the cushion had reacted properly, this frame would now be over. Well, that was unlucky. It wasn't far away. This could be a free ball.
Yes, it must be a free ball.
A free ball. Matthew Stevens.
Well, that has certainly sewn up the frame now in Matthew Stevens' favour. So Matthew nominating the green as the free ball, as the extra red. 1 point for that.
1.
And with a colour to follow, this colour. Well, he's already 36 in front now. So this colour surely making certain of things.
4.
Well, Martin had a half chance with a couple of reds left. Missed the cannon into the reds and pink. Long way to go in this match. But nice to get off to a winning start. As Matthew will do now.
Matthew Stevens 5.
A concession? No? Well, he's playing on.
4 snookers required. That's a tall order.
Just going to probably give himself some table time. Doesn't really have a realistic chance of winning this frame. Matthew's too experienced in that department. But he'll just give himself a chance to settle down to the conditions. This is not far away.
Well, that's not a bad attempt at all. I would just wonder whether there's a gap there, a line through past the green and between blue and pink. Looks like there is. Would you believe it? And I think Matthews succeeded in getting a snooker on Martin here. Well, this yellow should surely make it absolutely certain. Oh, well, not yet. So another chance for Matthew to seal this frame. No mistake this time.
Two on the frame.
And the frame. So, a routine win really in that opening frame for the Welshman from Carmarthen in South Wales, leading Martin Gould by 1 frame to 0. Just a reminder, of course, these are best of 9s at this stage. We'll be back with frame 2 after this. The Waterfront Hall here in Belfast, the venue for this week's Northern Ireland Snooker Trophy. Martin Gould there, making his debut on television. facing Matthew Stevens, who has appeared in front of the cameras on many occasions the last 14 years. Believe it or not, he turned pro in 1994. Well, 13 years anyway, since we began to see this Welshman in televised snooker. Not the best break I've seen there.
Very poor, I'm afraid. Caught the reds too thick and caught the red on the way back as well.
One.
Perfect angle if he wishes to go into them, but there is one at the back of the pack he can play on. Well, you must make sure the blue if you're going to do that.
Martin Gould 1.
Yes, and it was almost a foul shot, the red. There it is. Almost popping into that corner pocket. Watch this again. Misses the blue, and here's the red going into the corner. Almost. Ooh. Still, it becomes an easy starter now for Matthew.
One.
While taking this red into the right corner, we'll clear the path for the blue. Pink and black tied up a little at the moment. Well, he's decided to try and, well, he's looking at taking that red and thus trying to avail himself of the black, but no, going back to the shot I suggested to clear the blue to the same corner. Well, that's okay, because he's nicely come across there off the pack, and he can get the black back onto its spot now. Slightly awkward, as you see, but he just has to just drop this in.
Twelve. $13.
Another case there where the white flew off the cushion. Can he play a little cannon into the bunch here? Hold for the other red. Well, he did well there to hold for the red anyway.
20. $21. $28. $29.
Hasn't played that one too well.
36. Matthew Stevens, 36.
No joy so far for the North Londoner. He's looking to try and get that white behind the yellow rather than cannoning into it more or less full ball. News from the other tables: Anthony Hamilton 0, Michael Judge, yet another Irishman, 1. Good start for Michael Judge there. And Michael Holt leading Tom Ford by 1 frame to 0. Tom Ford, the maximum man in the last tournament up in Aberdeen.
Matthew looking at a red to the left corner here. Nearly.
Well, Martin's having to be on the defensive here, and that's a very well played cue ball down to the baulk end. Behind the brown. Well, not quite the snooker with those reds on the left-hand side of the table.
Not a bad finish though.
Well, that was a brave one to take on. Element of safety, taking the white down there, but my goodness. If that had gone in, we'd have been saying, wow, what a shot, Mike.
Well, shot of the tournament so far. Well, they're gradually getting themselves open. One chance for either player here. Could be end of frame. Had a chance to win the first with those 3 reds left. Didn't take it. And a few points behind in this one as well. And I think Matthew will come off the left hand red, up and down the table. Nice, go for another one. Let's play the safety shot here though. Wow, my apologies. I wasn't sure if that went through the gap. What a red that is.
Played it with the safety in mind, Mike, so you were right, really. But that was, well, a typical shot to nothing, really, wasn't it?
Didn't look like there was any room for the red there.
That's amazing that it threaded through between the black and the red there.
Matthew Stevens 1.
Well, he's not played that as well as he intended. He'd be a bit disappointed with that, hoping to roll up to the green and leave the white fairly tight behind it. I think he's given Martin an easy escape route here to this red on the right hand side.
Played with a lot of left hand side on the cue ball there to straighten it up. It's not bad. An important frame this, I think, for Martin Gould. If he levels, then fair enough. He could settle, but if he goes 2-0 behind, you never know. Matthew might just take off here and just go into the distance. Always a bit nerve-wracking when you're on TV for the first time. Totally different environment to the qualifiers in North Wales.
Yes, Joe Johnson, who went on to win the World Championship, of course, told me once many years ago when I was with him in Bradford how he was absolutely terrified the first time he was in front of the television cameras. Got used to it though, didn't he?
Not so bad. Bought him a few pairs of shoes, didn't it? I wonder if he's still got them. I'll have to ask him this week. Actually, he's working with us this week, isn't he? So I'll have to ask him. Good pot. I would have preferred a little bit thicker contact on the red. It would have been on the pink to the middle. Just got it to the corner there. Needs to make the most of this.
Well, it's a good opportunity, Mike. Meantime, very quickly, I can update you on the match on table 3. Michael Holt and Tom Ford. It's now 1 apiece between those two.
to go a touch more. I think he's got there. Well played. And the black is available. You could nudge that red away from the black spot after this one. Just nudge this one towards the right corner. Well, I think he missed the intended red there. He played a cannon into the red right of the black. It's not a good shot.
18.
I think this goes to the yellow pocket anyway, so he can take this one on and go down for the yellow or brown. Well played.
19.
Good recovery. So look at this one on the replay. Fairly clean. Well, I would take the yellow here, possibly try and stun into the two reds near the black spot. He's looking at the brown, but just missed the middle pocket with a lot of left-hand side on the cue ball. Leave himself on the one to the right corner. Well, he didn't get enough side on the white, and I'm not sure if he's on one there.
21.
Well, this is dangerous. He's looking at the plant. Okay, he's playing away safety, but Matthew knows he's going to come back to the table if he doesn't knock this in.
Foul.
Well, I'm not too sure about that.
Martin
I
Gould,
think that's a
21.
lack of experience.
Matthew Stevens 4.
Pushing the boat out there a little bit. I know he's taken the white down the table, but look where he's left the red, and even more so, look where he's left the white in the deep. A little bit of lack of experience there. I think he should have just made sure of a good safety.
One.
Well, that suggests to me that the pink goes to the middle.
Seven. 8.
There's a little bit of angle on this pink, which I think he's got. He can stun into the red and black, open them up, bound to leave himself one to the left corner. Just having a quick look at that now. I don't think he's too straight on this pink. There might be something there. Well, obviously he was. So only able to play on the red.
$14.
No. The decision is, of course, will he take it on? I think he will. If he knocks this in, bound to be on the pink. Not be enough in this frame. Oof.
Matthew Stevens 14.
Has he covered it?
Matthew Stevens.
We noticed the tables in Aberdeen might looked a bit sharp down the rails, didn't they?
Yes, we commented on that a few times. And yet, having said that, we saw a plethora of centuries.
Well, got a swerve on this one. Downward striking around the pink. Trying to clear the red away from the pocket. Chance of potting it, but just overdid it with a swerve. Well, this is definitely potable. And again, Matthew only needs the red and pink to make Martin require snookers.
One.
34-point lead. This will make it 40, and then he can lay a snooker. Well, I didn't mean on himself. Can't believe the way he's played that. Why didn't he hold the white this side of the pink spot? He's okay. That was nearly a very bad shot.
Matthew Stevens set.
So 40 in the game, only 35 on the table, so already Martin here needing 2 4-point snookers.
Similar to the last frame. No, that's a good chance getting behind the black there. No chance now. He's pushed it safe. What a pot that is. Well, he's made up for the last shot he played with that excellent red, so it's bound to be 2-0 now. But Martin Gould has definitely had chances in both of those frames, Mike.
Yes, he has.
Towards the end.
It's just that he hasn't been able to take advantage. I just wonder how overawed he is at being in front of the cameras for the first time. So that's the second of a possible 9 going to Matthew Stevens. No joy for Martin Gould so far in this match. Just a reminder, by the way, that the winner of this match will go on into the last 32 for a match against the 7 times world champion Stephen Hendry. Matthew Stevens sitting in his chair waiting for the start of frame 3 in his match against Martin Gould, the 26-year-old from Pinner in North London, making his debut on the television here in the Northern Ireland Trophy. Matthew having taken the first 2 frames in fairly routine fashion. Martin Gould has had chances but has not been able to find the class to convert them into frame winning opportunities, and so here he is coming back into the arena 2 frames in arrears in this best of 9 first round encounter. News from the other table, Tom Ford has gone 2-1 up in his match against Michael Holt. And in the other match it's all square now. Anthony Hamilton 1, Michael Judge 1. Hamilton equalising.
Both looking for an opening here. White to the top cushion again. Nearly flew to red to the middle. Well, hang on, is it going to go? Ooh, we nearly got the first one and the second one nearly went in. Oh, it's not quite on the edge. Now, I would fancy this one.
Well, even I could get this one, Mike.
It might be clattering into something with a cue ball here. Not guaranteed position on a colour.
Nearly got two there.
Anyway, but there, that's really unlucky. I think possibly he should have controlled the cannon into that red and left himself on the yellow or the brown. Still unlucky to finish there, though. Another Welshman involved in this match. Erin Williams there in the background, officiating this one.
And we've already got an all-Welsh match in the next round, haven't we? Ryan Day now knows that he'll be facing Dominic Dale.
Looks a little narrow. We've nominated the black.
Oh, and a miss.
Miss has been called.
Matthew Stevens 7.
I'm just wondering whether Matthew will take it, actually, because there's a red onto the corner. Can get on the black from this red.
Touching ball.
Could take the red to the middle as well. It's nominated touching ball, but there's no way he's going to hit that one. He'll be playing away. Well, he doesn't fancy it. I think he's having the white put back. Might play the same shot again. Well, he can play this all day because he can't see a colour. It's only if there's a ball on.
Black ball.
You'd have to hit it the third time, otherwise the frame is awarded against. So it's black ball again. Just make the slight adjustment. A bit lower on the cushion, or a bit higher in this case. It's too narrow again.
Foul.
Just about the same. Oh, this time Matthew might take the red onto the middle. Don't really know why Martin played on the black down this end of the table. Pretty easy to leave one on. I thought he might have tried to get across with the blue. Well, it doesn't matter because the red's gone in now, and this is a good scoring opportunity here for Matthew. Noticeable, Mike, that the experience is telling a little in this match, shot selection wise.
Yes, I think that's beginning to become apparent now, although Martin has had one or two good victories. For instance, he was in the Saga Masters qualifiers. Of course, the Masters is in January. And in the first round, he beat none other than Ian McCulloch by 4 frames to 3. And he also had a 4-0 win against John Parrott in the qualifiers for the Royal London Watches Grand Prix in the round-robin stages. But I think this, when you get to the televised section of any tournament for the very first time, it suddenly becomes a whole new ball game, doesn't it? From playing in a fairly deserted arena, small deserted arena in Prestatyn. Mike, you know the big venues and the small venues equally, and you'll know exactly what it's like going from Prestatyn to something like this for the first time.
Totally different, of course, with the lights and everything like that, the cameras.
$11. $14. 15.
Let's have a quick look at the yellow as well. You might want to try and clear the red that's near the bulk line there.
$17. 18. 21. 22. 29. 30.
Could be 3-0 in a few minutes' time.
Well, he seems to be playing in a fairly relaxed manner, Matthew, doesn't he, Mike? I think whilst he's giving Martin Gould due respect, he knows that he should overcome him and get through to the next round.
Well, he's also giving Martin Gould chances, and he's not being put under any pressure.
$38.
've just heard that Tom Ford has gone into the mid-session
44.
interval 3-1 ahead of Michael Holt. So Mr. Maximum
46.
Man continues his good form.
$53. 54.
Well, the first half century of the match, and this is surely going to make it 3-0.
61. 62.
'Open up the pink here with this shot.
69. 70.
Played. And the red on the left-hand cushion as well shouldn't be a problem. being right-handed. Just the blue, really, for the century.
$77. $78.
Bit straight on the black. Managed to find just a little bit of an angle.
85.
This will be a good shot if he wants the century.
85 in frame.
Well, a good 85 from Matthew, seemingly under very little pressure there. Easily the highest frame of the match. So he now takes 3 in a row against Martin Gould. Matthew Stevens 3, Martin Gould 0. Matthew Stevens here in Belfast, about to get frame 4 of a possible 9 underway in his first round encounter here against the television debutant Martin Gould from Pinner in North London. Leading the less experienced player by 3 frames to 0, Matthew. A nice 85 in frame 3, putting him pretty well in command of this match. Well, that was a 3-ball plant by Martin Gould. Played with safety in mind. Let's have another look at this. 1, 2, 3, and then it went.
Martin Gould 1.
Played that well, Matthew. Touching ball would be handy.
Touching ball.
Well, it is nominated. Might be able to get behind the brown again here.
Incidentally, that match I referred to earlier in the programme between Mark King and John Parrott that got to 4 frames apiece after just over 4 hours, they were pulled off at that stage so that table 2 could see the prompt beginning of the Hamilton Judge match, which we've been keeping up to date on. So they will presumably come back for the deciding frame at some stage later on today. 4 frames apiece then between those two, and Ken Doherty, the former world champion, awaiting the winner. No sooner have I told you about John Parrott that I've just had a message sent from me from table 2 to say that in fact that match did get completed, and they weren't pulled off, they came off at the conclusion of the match. And there was I thinking it was 4-4, but a message from table 2 has reached me to tell me that John Parrott took the 9th and deciding frame. So the former world champion has come through against Mark King. My apologies for any confusion caused there. So John Parrott it is who goes through to meet Ken Doherty. Gould will want to keep the pressure on here and go into the mid-session interval. Just 1 frame short of victory. Taking on this red into the right corner.
Well, that was a strange shot. Didn't play one or the other there. Either holding for the black or down for the pink and blue. And, Anyway, it's given Martin a chance. He's got to start taking these chances as well. He could have won 2 out of these 3 frames. He's got to start putting some points on the board and making some substantial breaks.
1.
Short on the blue, too far on the pink, so we'll have to power the blue in and go back in and out of bulk, the cue ball.
Six. Martin Gould 6.
Well, that was not too difficult a shot, even with the rest, and another opportunity has gone begging.
Allowing our referee Ian Williams just have a quick look at the situation in case anything goes wrong, and a chance to put the balls back in their correct positions. Elected to take it on. It wasn't easy. Now he's tied the black up.
Nicely judged cue ball. I think he's just stopped Martin coming up the left-hand side of the table. Not sure whether you can see the red past the pink.
There could be a thin edge.
And he's got a very thin edge on the right-hand side, but there's the danger of being adjacent to the corner pocket there. So instead, he's opting to come off the side cushion. This is fraught with danger. Lots of loose reds on that side.
Looks pretty good. What a great shot.
That's well judged, Mike. That is well judged.
Perfect. Great shot. It's not a bad one either. Don't know if there's just above the pink spot. There might be an edge showing.
Shot to nothing.
There was more than an edge showing. What a great pot.
1.
Yes, he picked that out well. Deserved to be in a better position. Meantime, Anthony Hamilton has gone 2 frames to 1 ahead of Michael Judge. 2 in a row. Well, the man from Nottingham who now lives in London.
Martin Gould 1.
So, Martin Gould attempting to put Matthew under a little bit of pressure. He needs to do that if he's to get anything out of this match.
Misjudged the angle there. Tried to play a similar shot that Martin played a few minutes ago, landing on that red. Well, that might go back actually, there's nothing easy on. Red possibly to the left centre, but can't guarantee position. Well, he's taking it on, thinking about it. He's taking this red to the yellow pocket. Well played.
1.
Played away for safety just in case he missed. Excellent pot though, and he's got a perfect angle on the yellow to come back at this end of the table. Black's tied up. Pink and blue available, but a bit of work to be done here to put himself into a winning position in this frame. Try and nudge the black. That's unlucky.
3. Martin Gould 3.
Short of pace for the cue ball. There's an attempt to here to the right corner. Well played.
1. 13.
I just have to concentrate on the pink or the blue for the time being. You didn't even look at the black. Well, he might have attempted to nudge it out there, actually.
14.
That pink, but it doesn't really matter. He keeps knocking the pink in. I think he needs to get this frame on the board, though, Mike. If he goes 4-0 behind, no chance in this match. 3-1, you know, then make it 3-2 after the interval. You never know. But he hasn't made his mark on this game yet, on this match, Martin. He's had 1 or 2 chances, but perhaps he can do better here and just give himself a bit of a confidence boost.
20. 21.
He obviously play, because they can all play, but with the results he's had in the qualifiers to get here, it's just a question of settling down and relaxing out there and trying to enjoy it.
Mm. 3-0 to the good at the moment. Will it be 3-1 at the interval?
Martin Gould, 27.
Well, that's another fairly simple rest shot into that same pocket that he's missed in recent times.
Martin Gould, 27.
And against a player like Matthew, you have to make the most of the chances when they come along.
One.
Yes, Matthew a little disappointed with the speed of the cue ball there. Just a little too straight on the black, on the blue, I should say. Played that well as an alternative to the blue.
Six.
Some work to do with these reds here on this black cushion.
I think the one just below the black spot will pot to the right corner, but after that, as you say, might some work to be done. Well, that's short, I think. Not too bad, but he's going to play a good shot here to get on that open red. Tries to cross, possibly, take it into the right corner. Right, we'll go to the left corner there. Wanted a touch more on that.
19. Right? Yeah.
He's not happy with the cushions. There's been 1 or 2 dodgy bounces, hasn't there? Good pot.
20.
Don't think he'll take anything on here. Just play a safety. Bring the black into the open, put the white down the table. He's not playing a pot here, just wants to take the black off that cushion.
Matthew Stevens, 20.
Might have left it near the jaw, but it's not too bad. Oh, well, he's left this one on. Good pot. Also brought another red out. What do we play here? Black or possibly the green? This is not guaranteed. I'll play. Good chance to make it 4-0.
Yes, and this will be a huge knife in the back, as it were, for Martin Gould. He had his opportunity earlier in this frame. 42 points to 0. He was leading. He might still be going into the interval, though. 4-0 in arrears.
9.
Well, Matthew's got the perfect angle to play the blue here. It's done off the side cushion. You get there from the pink as well, but I think blue is favourite. Blue to the yellow pocket. It's done off the left-hand cushion in behind this red. Well, it's good directly back onto it. Just needs it to bounce, so he doesn't want this straight. Well, it's tight to the cushion. He's got some angle here, but not much.
14.
He did that white to bounce off the cushion a couple of inches. I think he's okay. Just get out for the black here.
15.
Now, well, Matthew's done off the side and back cushion, so I'll just drop this black in. This to level the points up in this frame. They're all on. Oh, depends if he's got the position. Well, he hasn't, so he's got away with that. It's made the difference.
That's a good shot. That's a very good shot from Martin, I should say. And let's put a little bit of pressure on Matthew here. Have another look at this. Judge this one to perfection.
Could win him the frame. Difficult to get this safe. It's miles away. Well, it wasn't miles away, but
The miss.
that will go back.
Martin Gould 4. Yeah.
Yes, no hesitation from Martin in saying to Aaron Williams, thank you very much, I'll have that back. So, same kind of shot again, slight adjustment. That's better.
Be happy with the result as well. Not bad. Might find himself in another snooker in a minute though. Martin just glanced off this yellow, took the white away down the end of the table. Again, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, a massive frame for Martin Gould. Yes, if he 3-1, he's got a chance, but 4-0, can't see him coming back from there. We've often seen matches turn in that 15-minute interval. Decided to go the other way and play it the other way, but how unlucky is that to catch the middle jaw and leave the yellow there? Nice nudge on the brown, just pushed it towards the middle pocket. The green is potable. Should have made sure he got that yellow safe. Well, he'll be gone into that interval. If he goes 4-0 down into that interval, he'll be thinking, well, I should have won 2 of those. And now that green's gone in, doesn't look like he's going to win either, well, none of them in this first session. Matthew needs blue and pink. To stun the cue ball in and out of ball down that right hand side cushion. Right, just drop the blue in actually, leave himself medium range with pink. I think he'll go for this. Oh, this for 4-0. And a happy session for the Welshman if it goes in.
Not there
40.
yet.
How close was that? He knew that was very close. I would have thought he thought he'd got that. Good halfway. Well, say these top pockets are looking very sharp on the edges. Possible lifeline then for Martin here. Can still pinch this one. If you can make it 3-1 at that interval, you can go into that dressing room and think about what's been going on. As you can see, the equation, Matthew needs 1, Martin needs 2. Got to be careful here. Could easily leave this on. Well, I think he's got to go for the cross double here. Matthew's tempting Martin. Got to go for the cross double. Bound to be on the black if he gets it. Well played.
Well played indeed. And the black should be a formality. He got out of jail and he's got his first frame on the board. But what a time to do it as well, as they head towards their dressing rooms at the end of the first 4 frames of a possible 9. So Martin Gould gets one at last, and Matthew is going to have to work just a little bit harder if he is to secure a place in the next round. The interval then in their match, it's Matthew Stevens 3, Martin Gould 1, and we'll be back with more in a moment.